Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Side Hustle Central. Again, my name is Jonah Hughes, and on this show, we basically go over side hustles, talk about some people who have turned side hustles into their full-time jobs, and then also go over some different ways you can make money, because my goal here is to help you guys make a little bit extra money every month. That way, we can all pay our bills, and we can have some money left over. Like I said on the last episode, I talked about how I do eBay reselling. That is my number one way to make some extra income. I've been doing that for about a year. I have researched quite a bit into how can I make eBay reselling better? How do I get more items? How do I list more products? How do I sell more, therefore making me more money? And today I wanted to go through more of the actual steps that it takes to get those items and to get them listed, and then kind of go over some specifics on how you can post items better, what you need to do to even get started, and really get down to the nitty-gritty on this is what it's going to take. First thing I want to talk about is finding the item. I had already touched on where to find the items at and what to do. If you're in the Lincoln area, you've probably heard of Wholesale Logistics, which is my number one place to go. I go there literally weekly, and it's my favorite place to go. I find the best products there. Most of the stuff is new, or it's been lightly used, or it just has an open box, and then you can resell it for the highest profit. So I wanted to go over, if you are in the Lincoln area, what to look for and exactly what strategies you want to use to actually get those products. I've made a couple videos on it too, just showing the systems and the processes that I took in order to find the most products and become the most profitable. In wholesale logistics, what you can do is you can actually stand in line at like 6:30 in the morning. Some people show up way early just so they're first in line, but I've found that between 6:30 and 7 o'clock is the ideal time for me to get there. That way I'm not standing in line for like 3 hours, which a lot of people do. But I will stand in line typically 45 minutes or less. And most of the time I get any number between 10 and 30, which is really good. Most of the people that get there at like 5 in the morning are going to be the ones that are 1 through 10. There's like the same people that get there every morning at the same time. But I found that being number 10 through 30 is typically really good. You're not taking more time than all the other people that are in front of you. It's really not a big deal. You're in a good position there. So I found out that if I show up between 6:30 and 6:45, that's really good time for me to be there. And then you'll stand in line at about 7:15 or 7:30. The manager of the store will come in, pass out numbers to you, and then you're free to do whatever you want. You just have to be back in line by 9:45. That time is very strict. If you're not back in line at 9:45, then he'll come out and he'll pass out new numbers. And then if you've lost your place in line, then you lost your place in line. And once they open up the doors, you go in single file in line. My strategy that I use is I actually walk through all the carts. If there's nothing that I want that's like wide open right in the front, I'll walk through all the carts all the way to the back, and I'll take that very last cart, go to the back corner of the store where there's nobody there and it takes the most time to get to. I found that most people will look at the first thing that comes to their eyesight. So they'll be looking at the very first bins, and they'll be looking to get any products from there. So I've just found that you get more time to look through everything if you go to the back of the store. Plus, those bins in the back are deeper, so you can dig through them a lot better. But once I do that, I just fill up my cart with anything that looks interesting. And then as soon as everything's been looked through, I will go back and then I'll sort through all the products. I end up throwing about 95% of them back. My cart will be full by the end of the day. And then, it only takes about 15 minutes to look through everything. And my cart will be full, and then I'll only end up getting like 2 or 3 products. That's most of the time what I see, because I'm just looking for like the home runs. That way I'm not putting too much money and not being able to sell the stuff that I do have. And I just want to be able to find the best products and be able to sell them quickly and sell them for the most profit. Enough on that. You can look at my social media channels and see exactly what strategies I used. I made a video where I actually went in to the store and I kind of documented through what it looks like to go into the store and like what strategies I used and kind of the view of it. So if you're in the area, I would recommend doing that. There are other shops around the country that do similar things. Obviously the rules won't be the same, but they do similar stuff. The next thing I want to go over is photography. Let's talk about photography a little bit. And it's very simple. Basically, what you want to have for photography when you look at your pictures and you're taking pictures of products, the ideal pictures are very clear. There is a very plain background behind them, and you're showing all the details of whatever that product is. For example, if you have shoes, you want to show the front of the shoes, the back of the shoes, the side of the shoes, the bottom of the shoes, and then most of the time you want to show the size of the shoes and actually take a picture of it. Don't just tell like what size it is. If you're a size 8 or the shoe is a size 8, then you want to actually take a picture of that size 8 that's in the shoe and like in the tag. That way people can see, okay, it's actually a size 8. So you're not having any problems where you say it's one size, you ship it out, it ends up being another size. But that's basically all you want. You just want very clear, crisp pictures. I take all mine with a cell phone, nothing crazy photography. A lot of times I take them on the ground. That's just been the easiest, or I'll take them on like, I have a deep freezer that's just white. So I'll set them on top of that and take a picture. It's just very clear. That way whoever's buying it can see it. It just makes it more eye appealing. You don't have to set up a studio or anything to take pictures. Now what I want to do is I'm going to show the screen. I'm going to show my phone screen up on the camera. That way you guys can see what I'm doing as far as actually listing on eBay goes. So I'll kind of walk you guys through it. But right here you see this is the eBay app, and this is the storefront for the actual store on my account. So you can buy stuff from here. This is not the seller. Down here in the corner of the screen, you see that there is a selling tab. So if we go ahead and click on that, you can see some of the things that are sold. You can see what your 90-day revenue is, how many items you've sold in the last 90 days. This total funds, that's just where it's holding your funds on your account until the payout is sent. So you can actually buy like all the shipping labels and stuff is bought from your funds. That's the main thing. But if your payout goes out and you still need to buy a shipping label for it, it's going to take it out of the account that's connected to your site. So if we go up to the top, you can see there is the list an item tab. We're going to click on that. And what we're going to be selling today as kind of an example, and I'll delete it later, is we'll just go ahead and sell this microphone. Okay, so we're going to look up Procaster microphone. All right, Rode Procaster microphone. Okay, so you can see the items here, which shows you just other examples of different items that sold. So Rode Procaster microphone, there's one right there. That's the very first one. The next question would be, how much do we want to sell it for? When I do this, so obviously this is the first one. This is just using examples. So it'll like automatically input all the details of the product in for you, so you don't have to do that all by yourself. So we obviously have a Rode Procaster microphone. I'm just going to connect on that, and I typically choose open box if it looks like it's brand new, but the box has been opened. I'll do open box or used, depending on the condition of the item. Once you continue to the listing, this is where you get into all the details. So up top here, this is where you add your photos. I obviously don't have any photos in there, but you would add your photos from here. The title, I try to be as descriptive as I can, use up all the characters, so I still have another 30 characters. Most of the time I will do open box. They won't let you put like new or things like that, but you can put open box on there. That way people know. The category is automatically inputted for you, and then the item specifics. I have found that best practice is to go down to more specifics, go to the UPC, delete that UPC because it might not be exactly the same. I've just had problems with that in the past. Even if it looks like it's exactly the same, I delete the UPC just to avoid any difficulties there. Now, eBay has a description, and on their site, it actually says that putting a keyword description in there is very important. Most of the time, all I do is I just copy that title, go back down here to the description, put that description in there. That way, whenever anybody's searching for this microphone, it's automatically put up into that description. Everybody knows exactly what it is. And the SEO, which is the search engine optimization, will be a lot better just because it's saying it twice. Now we get down to pricing. Pricing for this guy, who knows how much it costs? So we're going to get the Rode Procaster microphone. And we got here, Rode Procaster microphone. So I'm seeing $230, $280 with another like microphone guard. The pod mic is different. So really I'm seeing a little over $200. So a good price that I found is typically 50% of whatever the new price is. That's a good place to start. If this is new and it's a high quality item with a big name brand, you can typically sell it for more. So let's just use it as an example. This is selling for $230. We're going to go back over here and we're going to see if it's selling for $230. I never do auction. I only use buy it now. And we are going to go back and I'm going to put that at $175. So that takes about $50 off the new price. It's still a good deal for whoever's buying it, but it's also very profitable for me. And the only reason I'm doing that is because it's such a high quality product and it's a name brand that lots of people know. The difference would be if this was like some Chinese microphone that nobody knew what it was, yet it still sold for $150. I'd probably list it for like $75 just because you're probably not going to get the price that you want out of it just because nobody knows about it. So I'm going to say it's $175. I'm going to go back. As far as shipping goes, you give a best estimate. So I don't know what the size of the box is, but it's probably, let's just put 5 pounds and a good baseline. If this is just a microphone, I use USPS has free shipping boxes if you use like their priority mail service. So for an item like this, let's just use that free shipping, and we'll do 12 by 12 by 6, which is just their typical large flat rate box. And that's the package details. We're going to go large flat rate box, priority mail, large flat rate box right there, $22 shipping. That's all we need to input in there. And then when you go down here, don't worry about the preferences. List your item for free. We're going to go ahead and list it. And then on this, I always click promote listing now. I want to promote it. That's typically what I do. You see more, you sell more, but it costs more. And it's kind of up to you whether you want to do it or not. I always select that you want to just because it's a good idea. If you're willing to do it. So you can see only pay when you sell. If someone clicks on one of your ads and buys this item, you'll pay 11.5% of the total sale amount, plus any applicable final value fee. The final value fee, I think, is 10%. I can't remember what eBay was just on their standard fee, but I end up seeing about 15 to 20% taken off of whatever your sale or whatever your like profits are. And those are just the fees. So we're going to go promote listing now. Your listing is live. All right, boom. Now it's live. Everybody can see it. If you go over here, you can see it is active. And I just used a random picture. You can see it's all active. It has all your information in there. People can see it. And you can revise it too if you want to change the price on it. So that is the basics of what you want to do. Well, hopefully this is a pretty good walkthrough of how you can list an item on eBay. Hopefully this gives you a better understanding. This was probably the scariest part for me, is I didn't know what pictures you want to put up, Wow, what do you want to do with it? How do you want to post it? How does your description look? That's just a very simple overview. Don't ever use the auction. I've never had any good results on that. If you want to use it, go ahead. But for me, I'm not going to do that. So I would recommend not using it. Use the buy it now feature. That way you're not having to wait for people to bid on it and to go up and down and whatever it is. But just use the buy it now feature. Allow offers to be made on it. That way, if you sell or you have something listed for $60, somebody can offer you 55. Well, I'm going to take that offer. That's close enough. I'm good with it. That's how you can sell more. They get an option. That's why I list my items a little bit higher and then allow offers. So people will lowball you all the time. They lowball me. I had a pair of skis for sale for about $200. Somebody offered 100 on them. Well, I could sell them for that because I'd still be making a little money on them, but I don't want to. So I'm going to counter offer it and see where we go from there. But that's really the basics of listing on there. I promise you it's not as scary as you think. It is just getting out there and doing it and honestly just starting. You got to find the product. You can do it at Goodwill. You can do it at a bin store, a return store, whatever it is you have near you. And you can just go out and list it. The last thing I'll tell you is how do you really start? What's the easiest way to start? And that's kind of always been like the biggest thing. It's like, what's the easiest way to start? You can sell stuff in your house. That's my thing. That is the coolest thing that I have found. And that's exactly how I started too, was find something in your house that you can sell. There's multiple things. If there's an old phone that you haven't used for a while, list it, sell it. Doesn't matter. If there's a pair of shoes that are like new and they don't fit you right, but you don't know what to do with them, put them on eBay. You can find something around your house and just start selling. That is the best place to start. You don't even have to look for product. You don't have to put any money down. Sign up for free. Go out, sell them, put them online. Doesn't matter. And that gives you like the best feeling when you sell something of yours, especially on eBay. It's pretty easy to sell on Facebook, but eBay's a little more challenging because it's online. But that's the easiest way to do it. You start right away, list it online, and sell it. But other than that, that's about all I got. Like, comment, subscribe to all my channels. I do have a podcast, which is obviously this. So it's streaming on all the podcast platforms. It'll be on YouTube also, and then it'll be on my social media pages where there's some shorts for it. So definitely check all those out. Follow me. If you want to follow me personally, follow me at Jonah Hughes Official, and you can see all my content there. I also have gym content because I'm always repping First Form products. That seems to be what I like the most. They are the highest quality products that I've ever used. So link in my bio for anything that you need. But thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it, and we'll see you again.